Today I'm going to try to do as many V5 to V9 boulders as I possibly can on the Kilter board, and truthfully I don't even know if I can, because the Kilter board is pretty much built to destroy fingers. So here are the rules. I have 2 attempts per boulder to finish them. Let's say I fall once, then I only have 1 attempt left, and if I don't do the boulder in those 2 attempts, it doesn't count. But I'm going to be finding out how many boulders I can finish compared to how many I fall on. First thing first, let's warm up a little bit. And well, I usually like to do this type of warm-up as slightly hang 10 seconds each to just warm them up a little bit. Then I'll show you guys another one, because there's another nice type of warm-up that you could do where you squeeze the hold to activate your finger muscles. So I get that done, and yeah, then come over here, and yeah, I like to do this as well. Grab this and just squeeze it for about 10 seconds as well, because that activates the flexors in your fingers. Okay, so yeah, now I guess I'm warmed up. Let's grab the chalk bag, and this is what I'm climbing. So if you guys don't know what a Kilter board is pretty much an adjustable plastic hold based climbing system, and you can actually create your own type of climbs on the Kilter board, which is also really nice. So let's grab a phone, and then we're gonna set this thing up. Go to the V5 to V9 level. So this one is a V4-V6 burden of crimps and 0 ascents so far, so nobody has managed to finish this. Let's see if I could do it. It's only supposedly a V4-V6, but it looks pretty hard. Let's try. Yeah, this is the start here. Got that one done. I guess that was the first ascent of the burden of crimps. Let's see that one. I'd say it's like a V6, definitely, because it definitely wasn't easy. So now we have another pretty hard looking one. Check this out. Has a small amount of crimps, not as many crimps as the burden of crimps we just did. This is also V4-V6. So let's see how it goes. That's a start, the hold right there. Interesting start with the high feet, but let's test it out. Yeah, that one's hard. Seriously, this start is one of the worst bouldering starts I've ever had to do. Like, you have to do like a 2-hand start hanging from that crappy hold, but yeah, let's try it anyways. Nope. But yeah, so I guess that was 2 attempts as I left the ground. We couldn't finish this one, so that's going to be a 0, but yeah, so we finished 1 boulder and wasn't able to finish this one. Let's try out this pretty hard. Let's see. Okay, this one is going to be a V5 to V7, and it's called a bit harder. Let's see how hard it really is. It looks like a pretty wild dyno, truthfully. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Interesting under cling start. Put your hand up, and then get your foot up. Okay. Now it's just, I guess, jumping up from here. Okay, so that was actually easier than I expected at first. It looked slightly harder when I first looked at it, but I guess my arm length is pretty good, so yeah, that was pretty easy. I guess we have a point on the board compared to the full, so yeah, let's finish that one. Then, okay, this one looks insane. Yeah, this is called the Without an Element, V5 to V7. This one looks like a proper V7 because of that insane, those two insane crimps for the finish and star. So yeah. Oh, and a high foot position as well. Oh. Yeah, this route is definitely pretty crazy. That end crimp is like this crimp is great. Like this, I don't know, 10-inch crimp right there is great compared to the finished crimp. And I'm gonna have to crimp like 2 fingers and then match with maybe my thumb or something like that. Yeah, really terrible hold, but let's try it out again. Yeah, I don't know why I could have started at that time, but yeah, that one is definitely pretty wild. That end crimp, let me actually just try that. Yeah, there's literally nothing to hold on to on that end crimp. There's like nothing to hold on to. So yeah, no wonder that one actually has 1 ascent. First you ascended, that must have been pretty strong, but yeah, so let's try out another boulder. Okay, so now let's do this one. This is a, let's see, this route is a V8 route. Let's see if I could do it or not. Over here. Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'm not flashing that one. Try to shoot right out. No wonder that one has 0 ascent so far. I don't know how you're supposed to reach that one, then we'll just try to see if the finish is even any good. Yeah, that, you have to have world-class grip strength to do that one, so I guess we have one no flash, but let's test out the next one, which seems equally as hard. Okay, so let's test out this V7. Let's try it out. I actually like this position. Quite nice. Ooh. Try to do a dyno type move on that. Let's do it again. Get some chalk on my hands. I've already done like 7 routes and my hands already, I can feel the skin on them going away, but let's try that again. I think I can get it. Reverse finish right there. But yeah, so now I believe it's 5-4. Okay, so now let's get this V7, see if we can do it. A lot of the routes I was doing, those 2 I missed a second ago, those were really sandbagged. I feel like they said they were V7s, but they're more like V8, V9s. But yeah, let's test this one out. It doesn't look too bad, just the finish, but yeah, let's go. Attempt 1. Yeah, that one's definitely easier. Pretty happy with that one. Yeah, that one though, the first jumping part was pretty hard, then getting the foot up, and then getting there and matching, and then getting close to the finish. But yeah, that was pretty good. Let's test out a new one, another V7. This one seems pretty good. Interesting start. I think maybe I have to get up here and then grab there. No. I think I could have got that one maybe if I got here. And then still. Okay, and right before we do this route, this is a V6 route. I didn't really expect. I've done about 7, 8 routes now, but my fingers already start to burn because the Kilter board is one of the most finger-based boards that you could buy. Like there's so many of these crimps, and then even like these holes are extremely like crimpy and bad. So we'll see how many I can do before I have to tap out. But let's test out this one. This is like a pure crimp strength, I guess you would call it, based boulder. Oh my god, that one was just insane. Yeah, those crimps were crazy. Yeah, that route was definitely pretty crazy. It's V6. I'd rate it more like a V5-V7. Now, let's do another. This is going to be the easier one, a V6. Then we're going to move on to the even harder levels, V7 to V9 level, and see if we could do any of those. But let's try out this one. This looks pretty hard. Okay. The only thing I'm scared of is that jump. Oh. Yeah, that jump is pretty big. I guess we missed that jump. Okay, so now we have an interesting V5-V7 route. This one has a huge starting like dyno, and then you have to grab that triangle shaped hole there and then the finish. Let's test this one out. That was a nice boulder, really physical and dyno-esque, I guess you would say. Now it's tied up. Yeah, let's grab another boulder here. Okay, so now we're gonna do a V7 at a 15-degree angle. So this is gonna be more like a V8 plus. This is at a 15-degree angle, but let's try it out. And then, yeah, the undercling is the only thing that's kind of worrying, but yeah. I don't know how you're supposed to get to there, to the undercling. I guess I'm gonna finish this next one, but my fingers skin's starting to get weird away. But yeah, let's grab a new one. This V7. Oh, almost. That one sucked. I was hanging around. Okay, so now, well, this is probably going to be one of the final boulders I'm going to do, and it looks pretty hard. It's the V6, V7, so let's see if we can do it. I need to chalk up my hands a lot because of all the boulders we've been doing, but yeah, let's go. And yeah. So while editing the video, I ended up realizing that I'd made a mistake. Instead of doing 6 routes and falling on 6, I ended up doing 7 routes and falling on 7. But we had to end up stopping the video because, well, my fingers or the skin was pretty much all the way wear down on them, because the Kilter board is one of the most skin demanding type of climbs that you could do. But I hope you guys liked this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the top.